Starting out in your child's pose, just want you to give yourself some time to transition. So allow your body to soften toward the floor. Your toes are together and your heels are a little under your hips, but maybe the hips don't touch down. But we're still allowing a lot of heaviness in the lower body. And then see if you could get that forehead to the floor and really relax the muscles of your neck. So we want to imagine something that is very difficult for us sometimes as humans in our world is just let go of the weight of your head. Truly let go. Allow your shoulders to soften off your back. And of course, allow some deep breathing to start to happen. We want to start to cultivate these really expansive inhales. And cultivate really complete exhales. So thinking about cleaning out the lungs completely. How nice. Just really getting out of all that old stale breath and then starting fresh. And I'll give us a handful more minutes just like this. So really get comfortable. I want to just really encourage you to let your body weight soften down toward the earth more and more with every breath. Let your face melt. Let your lips be floppy. Soft in the jaw. Allow the muscles in your eyes that move your eyeballs from side to side and up and down. Allow even those muscles to clock off so your eyeballs just feel heavy. In your soft, grounded body, notice how your breath can be very dynamic. It can really expand the rib cage to its fullest capacity. And so enjoy using that as a big stretch and big massage underneath your own muscles, moving and massaging it from within. Okay, in your lower body, remember to inflate the belly muscles. I call it the Buddha belly inhale. It feels nice. Just let the big belly soften outward on the inhale. And on your exhales, feel your belly is strong. Use your belly muscles to squeeze the air out. Let the pelvic floor get involved too, so that you feel wrapped in muscle all around your torso from top to bottom. Hopefully you notice the wonderful grounding and calming effects of just a few moments of deep breathing. It's something you can do anywhere, anytime. It's yours. Really connecting you to the moment to find a sense of harmony with what is right now, whatever it is. With this, friends, with this big breath and this focus on enjoying the moment, let's come up to a hands and knees. So you can stretch out your arms, maybe get a big armpit stretch first, and then pull yourself up to hands and knees. Okay, let's cultivate a nice, strong tabletop shape here. Hands under shoulders. I like to spread the fingers wide so I feel really strong. And then we want to cultivate a tiger grip. So we're really gripping the earth. You'll feel your mat kind of buckle under your fingers if you have a mat under you. And we want the heart lifting up away from the floor. So I want you to feel long in your neck here, really thinking about tucking your chin slightly in and lifting the back of your neck up. Your shoulder blades are sliding down and away from each other so that you feel big across your shoulders. Okay, in your lower body, think of lifting your belly muscles up and away from the earth and engaging your lower body by squeezing your knees slightly inward. So you're imagining there's an imaginary yoga block between your knees. and you're holding it there. So notice how strong you feel with just a few alignment cues. We're going to do some cat-cows from here with some nice spinal extension. So on your inhale, extend your spine, pull your hands like you're moving them back, and you're going to move that heart forward, arching or extending your spine. Okay, with your exhale, round your spine, flexing it, pushing the floor away from you. You can maybe even lift your belly nice and high here, tuck your chin and shake your head up. Let's do a few more like that. Inhale, spinal extension, nice and strong and open. Exhale, spinal flexion, push that floor. So take a handful more like this, very nice and slow, moving that back body and moving that front body. Okay, maybe you want to take some little sideways kind of snaky movements here. That's really nice for moving into different sides of your ribs, different sides of your low back. Really strong. Push on the inhale and push on the exhale. Pull on the inhale. All right, as you're ready, bring it back to a nice flat back. Okay, tuck your toes. We're coming up to a downward facing dog. Okay, this is just a downward dog-esque pose with your hips in the air. We can have the knees really bendy and kind of marchy. With the knees, let's roll the shoulders around. Let's make this kind of a dynamic, exploratory, down dog inspired shape. So maybe you're coming up on your fingertips and rolling over the tops of your toes, just finding your shape and what you can do in it. Okay, take a moment to look between your hands and then look between your knees. We're doing a little down dog or cat-cow kind of shape here. As you inhale, look into your hands, and exhale, looking at your feet. One more like that. Inhale, look at your hands, extend your spine. Exhale, look at your feet. Nice. Walk to your hands here. Let's take a moment to fold. Bend your knees very generously, yogis. Grab onto your elbows and just hang and swing. You can sway. Okay, so I want you to really cultivate a nice ragdoll feeling here. This is a wonderful opportunity for your spine to hang in traction. So really important that we use that traction time. Think about the softness in the back of the neck here. Move the shoulders up away from the ears. Okay, release your fingertips down to the floor here as you're ready. You can bend the knees a little extra if you need some softness. We're gonna square the feet off underneath the hips, okay? So nice and parallel in your legs, your knees. And as you're ready, we'll roll it up. So press down into your heels and inhale, start to peel yourself up slowly. Okay, we're gonna reach up tall here. Maybe even think of pressing down into your heels and lifting that heart up and open. Okay, with your exhale, we're gonna bend the knees. Think of pointing them straight forward over your toes. Come down into a little chair squat. Okay, you can always make it nice and low if you like. We're gonna add a twist right here. So inhale, open up to the right. You're gonna look behind you. Open your arms so wide, but point your knees forward. And with your inhale, come back to your center chair. Drop a little lower. Let's have some nice chair time here. Exhale to the left, looking over that left shoulder. Big open arms, knees point forward. Inhale back to your center chair. Drop a little lower. Ooh, quads on fire. Okay, exhale here, all the hands down. Hips up, back to your fold. We're gonna build a little slow vinyasa here, and then we'll run through it a few more times a little quicker, breath by breath. So palms to the floor. With your inhale, we're going to bring it back to a plank, so you can step it back here. Remember, your plank can have knees up or your plank can have knees down. Both are plank. Okay, with your exhale, knees up or down, you're going to come all the way to the floor. So think of pulling your elbows in, lowering yourself with control. Okay, here's a little cobra. So inhaling here, pulling your hands back, lift that heart up and open. Feel your strong back muscles. And with your exhale, lower yourself back to the floor. You're going to tuck your toes here, maybe come up through hands and knees, or maybe through a plank, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. Walk it out here in down dog. Take a moment. Breathing. So we'll run through that exact same vinyasa that we just built slowly, or we'll try to run through it slowly, breath by breath now. So here we go. Okay, inhale forward to a plank, just moving that heart forward. Exhale here, just walk into your hands and fold. Just one breath in your fold here, paralleling your feet and your legs. With your inhale, roll it up slowly. Again, push into your heels, lift your heart high. Exhale down into that chair squat. So drop the tailbone, think of pulling the belly button up and in. Nice. Inhale to one side. Twisting open. Exhale back to center, drop lower. Nice. Over to the other side. Keep breathing. Open your arms wide. Back to center, drop lower. Whew. Inhale up to standing, heart up. Exhale, hinge and fold it all the way down. Okay, palms are down. We might bend the knees to get there. Inhale back to your plank, stepping the feet back. Knees up or down. Exhale all the way down. Elbows in as you pull your heart up for a cobra. Big breath here. And exhale to let it go. Transition to downward facing dog. Okay, knees up or down. Meet you there. Okay, we'll run through that 2 more times. Okay, just building warmth, building fluidity in your joints. Feel free to take modifications or take breaks. Here we go. From your downward facing dog, inhale, move that heart forward, find a momentary plank. And exhale, step to your hands. You can take as many steps as you like and fold. Inhale, roll yourself up. Feel the back body contracting to pull you up. Exhale down into your chair squat, tailbone down, belly in. Nice. Inhale to one side. Exhale back to center. Heart up, leg is long. Inhale to the other side. Exhale back to center. Ooh. Inhale all the way up to stand, lift your heart. Exhale all the way down to fold. Inhale back to your plank, step the feet. Knees up or down. Exhale all the way to the floor. Inhale, elbows in, heart up, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, friends, nice and warm now in this down dog. We'll do one more round, okay? And then we'll get a little more twisty. Inhale here, find a plank. And exhale to your hands, fold. Inhale, roll yourself up. Feel the front body peel open. Exhale, down into your chair squat. Tailbone down, tuck it under, point those knees forward. Inhale, twist. Exhale, back. Inhale, twist. Exhale, back. Drop nice and low here. Inhale all the way up. Exhale all the way down. Okay, inhale back to plank. Exhale, lower it down here. Inhale, nice cobra, elbows squeezing it. Exhale, downward facing dog. I'll meet you there. Okay, yogis, take a moment here, maybe 5 or 6 breaths in your downward facing dog, or if you fancy a rest right now, maybe you do your 5 or 6 breaths in a child's pose. Yogi's choice, okay? Always listening to your body, making choices that honor your instincts and your comfort. Notice your breath here. We've cultivated some nice heat in the shoulders. So really push the floor in your down dog. Push the floor with your hands and your feet. Think of pointing that tailbone up at the sky, like your heart wants to move toward the back of your space. Maybe one more big breath here, wherever you are, child's pose or down dog or anywhere in between. Okay, friends, wherever you are, we're gonna meet back in downward facing dog, and you can always take a little bit longer to rest. Just jump back in when you're ready, okay? We'll start to flow into a little lungy shape. So with your inhale, we're gonna lift that right leg in the sky. We're gonna find a 3-legged dog shape with the hips level and those right toes pointed at the ground. Okay, with your exhale, send that right foot forward, drop it outside your right hand. Let's drop the back knee for now. And you can come up on your fingertips here just to give yourself a lot of space, okay? And I like to do just a little low lunge alignment first, making sure that the front knee, that's the right knee, is over the ankle. And the back knee, just do whatever you need to do to make it comfortable. You can reposition it, sometimes put a little padding there, who knows? And then we'll do a little rocking back and forth, pulling the hips back and allowing them to kind of relax forward. Okay, and just take a few, just like this. So think about trying to face your hips out in the direction of that right foot. Okay, really pulling back on that right hip and then allowing it to relax forward. So also feeling some nice opening in the left hip as well, I hope, in the front. And then next time you come forward here into the lunge shape, let's just hold it. Okay, let's really ground in this left palm. So ground it under the left shoulder. We're gonna reach the right arm up here. So finding a big space across your chest, take a moment to allow the hips to sink as low as you like, and then get active in your lower body. So you're pushing the floor actively with that lower body. And that's gonna give us some nice mobility in the upper body. So I just want to take a few breaths here in this little twisted low lunge with you. It's a simple little posture, but it really is so effective for giving you that complete twist. So if you just look up at the ceiling, breathing deeply, think of tucking your chin slightly and extending the back of your neck. We have a complete twist here. Big breath. Make sure the bottom elbow is soft. We tend to lock it out here. Humans want to lock the elbows out here, but we have to remind ourselves to keep it soft. That's going to keep the shoulder on the clock. Okay, we don't want that shoulder to clock off when it's supporting weight. One more big breath here, just feeling this lunge twist. And now we're going to start to move it around. This time, as you exhale, think about sailing your right arm, that's the up arm, underneath the down arm. So reaching right hand under your left arm very far, maybe even bending your left elbow to reach very far. So feel that big stretch across your back. We're coming back up. So inhale, press back against the floor, spread open your twist to the ceiling. Exhale, twist it under, reach under that left arm. We're going to do that 2 more times, okay? Inhale, flip it up and open, reach high, look up. So your nose follows your right hand, okay? Big twist. Next time you come back up into the twist, hold it here with me again, okay? Perhaps you just stay here. Perhaps you take a break with 2 hands on the ground. Or maybe you want to add some spice here. You can tuck the back toes and hover the back knee. And you want to think of the back knee kind of trying to lift up away from the floor. So hold and breathe wherever you are. Soft in the neck, long in the spine. Allow the hips to sink nice and low and keep those legs active. Maybe one more big breath, pushing the floor with your legs. Okay, as you're ready, we're gonna let this go. So drop the back knee if it was up, drop the up hand to the floor underneath your right shoulder. Okay, if we tuck those back toes, we can send this right leg back up in the air to a 3-leg dog. So inhale here, right leg in the sky. Think about looking at your hands here as you stretch out that right leg. And exhale here, right foot down, downward facing dog. Let's take a little vinyasa to cleanse the palate before we do that on the other side. Here we go. It'll be familiar, okay? Inhale for a plank. And exhale to your hands. Maybe this time you add a little mini hop and then you walk the rest of the way, just exploring with that hop. Deep fold here. Hug your legs. We're warm. Bend your knees. Drop your hips. Scrape the floor with your fingers as you inhale up to a chair pose. Okay, we've been here before. Exhale as you twist open to one side. Inhale back to center. Drop lower. Exhale to the other side. Inhale back to center, drop lower. And exhale, fold. Inhale back to your plank. You can add a mini hop here and then step the rest of the way. Again, knees up or down is great. Elbows in as you come all the way to the floor. Inhale, Cobra, heart up and open. Pull that heart forward. And exhale, downward facing dog. I'll meet you there. Okay, we're gonna do that same little lungy twist on the other side. So here we go. With your inhale here, let's get the left leg in the sky. We're keeping the hips level. We're pointing the left toes down. Maybe look at your hands. Okay, with your exhale, send that left foot forward, step it outside the left hand. We're gonna drop the back knee here, up on your fingertips for space. Okay, and start to just make your lunge feel really nice because you know we'll be here for a minute or so. So the left knee is over that left ankle-ish, okay, over the ankle, not in front of. And the back knee is very comfortable. Okay, and then we're just gonna start to rock the hips back and forth a few times. So you wanna think about the hips shining forward. I know they kind of want to face out to the right, don't they? So really shine those hips at the left foot. It's going to feel like you're pulling your left hip back and moving your right hip forward. So try that feeling on for size. Okay, really waking up that left leg. So next time you come forward into your little lunge shape, let's just allow it to be. We're going to let the hips kind of draw downward toward the earth, but we need the legs to be active if we want our lunge to be effective. So keep the gentle resistance, 2 legs pushing down against the earth. And we're going to ground into that right hand now, reaching the left arm up. Breathe in your twist. Take a moment. I'm going to spin around to face you, okay? So remember your alignment cues in our twist. Okay, we want the bottom elbow to be soft because that makes the bottom shoulder active, which we really need if we're going to use it for support. Okay, and if we want that complete twist, that spinal massage, we're going to put a slight tuck in the chin and look up at that top hand. Okay, and just breathe, enjoying the benefits of this lovely spinal recalibration. Okay, so fantastic. Ooh. Okay, so we're going to start to move once we feel a bit settled in. So keep your legs active, okay, for best results. Keep a little resistance against the floor. With your inhale, you're up. And with your exhale, you're down. We're going to do it like 3 or 4 times, okay? So maybe just move with your own breath's pace, inhaling up. Your nose follows the hand, exhaling down. Couple more, up. Remember the bottom elbow is on the clock. The bottom shoulder is active. Okay, next time you come up, you're reaching up with the top hand. Hold it there. Activate that bottom shoulder. Maybe take a break if you need to. You can drop the top hand. That's a nice little break. If everything's great, maybe spice it up. Tucking back toes, hovering back knee nice and high. Hold and breathe, but continue to allow your hips to sink, pushing the floor with your feet. How about one more wonderful breath here in your complete spinal twist? Moving your ribs, moving your belly. And then we'll let it go, okay? Drop the back knee if it was up. Drop that left hand under your left shoulder. Coming out through a three-leg dog. Tuck the back toes, lift the left leg. Three-leg dog. Stretch it nice and high. Maybe look at those hands. And exhale, set it down. Downward facing dog, we're back. Let's, again, take a little palate cleansing vinyasa before we go back to the other side. If you need a child's pose break right now, this is a really good time to take one, and we'll just meet back in downward facing dog. So take that break at your leisure. Otherwise, here we go. Inhaling, move to your plank, heart forward, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, maybe add that little hop in as you walk to your hands and fold. Hug your legs, stretch it out. Coming straight up into your chair squat, okay? Bend your knees, scrape the floor with your fingertips, chair squat. Exhale, twist to one side, open your arms. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, other side, big arms. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, fold it. Inhale to plank here. Maybe you add that little hop. And exhale all the way to the floor. Elbows in, inhale for a cobra shape. Peel your heart up. And exhale all the way down and back to downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here in your downward facing dog. Walking those heels out. Can always take a child's pose break here as well, because I just want to spend a few breaths pushing the hands and feet to the floor, pulling the elbows inward, okay? I'll also think of pulling the knees inward slightly, like there's that invisible yoga block between them. So notice what happens when we get the pelvic floor, the pelvic girdle involved by pulling the knees slightly toward each other. And then we do the same in the upper body. When we pull the elbows inward, we're getting the shoulder girdle really, really clocked on. So supportive when we just call in those simple alignment cues. Okay, sorry, I know I've had us here for a long time. We'll keep moving. So with your inhale here, let's get the right leg up in the sky. Three-leg dog, toes point at the earth. With your exhale here, step the right foot forward, drop it outside your right hand again. And again, drop the back knee, okay, drop the back knee. This time I wanna get us into a friendly little pigeon pose. So we're gonna have to get the right hand out of the way, move it over to the right, and we'll shimmy that right foot to the left. Drop it into a little pigeon time. Okay, so check those hips out. We want them to be level, okay? And no, the hips do not need to touch the floor. They could be nice and high. So sometimes if the pigeon is too intense, you just pick your hips up and you could support yourself with your hands. And even that is a lovely pigeon. Okay, so just make sure those hips are level. That's our number one. Adjust the angle in the front leg to suit you. Some folks like the heel toward the hips. That's more gentle. Some folks want a more deeper opening in the outer hip and they take the foot away, but I wouldn't take it past the knee. Okay. So once you're comfortable in your pigeon, you want to really get the most for your pigeon time. You want to push the floor down with your legs. So think of gently activating those legs against the earth. Okay, so we feel the left glutes turn on, we feel the right leg turn on, and then once you're active, then we're going to start to walk those hands out in a way, coming down into your reclining pigeon moment. Hold and breathe and enjoy some lovely outer hip release, friends. So I'm going to give you more than a minute here, so relax. If you need a little break, you can always soften up on your pigeon by bringing the heel closer to you or softening up the legs. But I do recommend that you keep them active, and a little activity goes a long way. So don't feel like you have to really crank any kind of extreme strength, just a little resistance, legs pushing down against the earth. As you soften into your pigeon posture, maybe you open up your armpits a little more to the earth. And we can even add a little twist here in your pigeon pose, okay? So from here, if you like, you can take your right hand and slide it underneath your left arm so that you come down with that right shoulder. You can just rest the right side of your ear, right ear on the ground. And then maybe you even join your hands. You can interlace your fingers and extend your elbows. So nice twist here. Big breath between the shoulder blades. Okay, how about one more big breath in this pigeon, whether twisted or not. Resisting the floor just enough with those legs. Okay, let's move on. It's hard to let go of pigeon, but bring your hands back around front. We're going to extract ourselves slowly, just kind of honoring this really grounded posture. Okay, tuck your toes here. We're going to stretch it up and back to a downward facing dog, or to a three-leg dog. So let's extend that right leg up in the sky. It should feel so nice to decompress it after all that compression. So really reach out through that right heel. And then we're going to play around with a little scorpion pose here. So from your three-leg dog shape, we're going to bend that right knee and point the toes over to the left. So pause here. If scorpion gets overwhelming, you can always drop it to your left knee, okay? And I would really recommend playing from there if that's too much in the left leg, okay? But from wherever you are, you're gonna really drop that right shoulder to be level with your left shoulder, okay? So the shoulders are level. Okay, and then pull your left hip back, like you're really trying to point your tailbone behind you. From there, you're gonna open up that right hip and point the right knee up at the sky. Wherever you are, holding your scorpion shape for one more really long, big breath. As you're ready, let it go. Set it down to downward facing dog. Welcome back. Let's take a little vinyasa break. So this would be a great child's pose break for friends who need a break right now. Otherwise, we're going to flow and meet back in child's pose. Sorry, in a downward facing dog. So inhale here, find your plank. Exhale, maybe a little hop, step to your hands. Fold. Same as before, friends. Inhale up into your chair squat. We're coming straight up into the chair. Exhale to a twist. Looking behind. Inhale, chair, drop lower. Exhale, twist, look behind. Inhale, back to center, drop a little lower. And exhale, fold. Inhale, back to your plank. Maybe you put in a little hop. Exhale to the floor. Inhale to your big Cobra heart. Pull your heart up and open. Exhale, downward facing dog. Yogis, I'll meet you there. Take a couple breaths. Maybe taking a few more child's pose breaths if you were resting. But in your downward facing dog, notice how things have changed, okay? Notice the backs of the legs, the low back, all around the shoulders and the neck. Amazing work today. We're gonna do the other side real quick here, okay? And then we'll get more low and stretchy. So with your inhale, let's get the left leg up in the sky. Point the toes down, find a nice three-leg dog. Maybe look at your hands. Exhale, step forward to that lunge, okay? Drop the back knee. So getting ready for your pigeon pose, you know we'll be here for a while. Let's set ourselves up for success. Okay, we need to get the left hand out of the way. So we walk the left foot to the right and drop that left knee. So take a moment finding your pigeon. I really like to keep my ankle flexed here. I find that helps me stay active in the hip. So experiment with keeping your left ankle really dorsiflexed at a right angle. Okay. Level those hips off, whether high or low. They can be supported on a block or a blanket you can stick under your hips. So do what you gotta do. Leveled off, feeling nice in your pigeon pose. Then we start to activate those legs. Once everything is aligned, everything is in place. So gently pushing the floor down with both legs, then start to roll forward into your pigeon. Okay, welcome to pigeon. Close your eyes, rest your head, please. Feel the length in your spine here, your long, long spine. We've worked and we've twisted it and we've cared for it. So enjoy that nice softness. So remember to keep the legs clocked on. I know it's kind of challenging sometimes to, at least for me, it's challenging to remember to stay active. Pushing that floor down very gently, just enough with your legs. So I think the twist fits really well here. So if you want to add it, you can take the left arm under the right, kind of sliding that left shoulder down, dropping the left side of your head, and then you can look over to the right. And maybe the two hands interlace fingers, and we might extend the elbows, just deepening the twist a little. So keep the legs active, okay? Keep breathing. Okay, maybe taking one more long, extremely slow, blissful breath here. Resisting the earth, feeling some release in the left outer hip, up into the low back and shoulders in this twist maybe. Okay, extract yourself very slowly. There's no rush. We're gonna take the hands back to center, slowly roll it up through this very low shape. Take your time transitioning back into the air with a three-legged dog. So we'll stretch the left leg slowly up in the sky. Should feel so good after all that compression. So let's take a little scorpion moment here. We're gonna bend the left knee, point the toes to the right, and then just pause there. I like to pause there and recalibrate. So you remember, if this is a bit much for you, just drop the right knee, make it really gentle. Okay, no matter where you are, level off your shoulders. So notice the left shoulder wants to come up, put it down level with the right. Pull that right hip back like you want to point your tailbone straight behind you, and then lift the left knee. And there's our most effective scorpion pose, friends. Hold and breathe. Big stretch for the back of the right leg. Big stretch for the left hip. One more breath here. Feels nice. Okay, let it go slowly. Downward facing dog. Come on down. Walk it out. From here, walk to your hands. Give that upper body a break. We're going to join the hands behind your back, okay? So really bending your knees here. Just let yourself be kind of floppy, kind of floppy. Moving your shoulders away from your ears. Tuck your chin. Give your back of your neck a spacious, long feeling. Big breath, like you're trying to look up at the ceiling, but back between your legs. Nice tuck in that chin. Spreading open the back of the neck. Spreading open the space between the shoulders. Okay. As you are ready, release your hands back to the floor. You can do fingertips on the floor. Bend your knees and come all the way down to a seat. Okay, just find a nice comfy seat here. Just anything will do. Anything that's nice. I like Sukhasana. It means easy seat. I just tuck one foot in very close to my hips so that the bottom of the foot kind of flips up. And it feels nice because it's a good external rotation in the hip. And then you just tuck the other foot in just the same way, very close. Okay, just in case you wanted a little seat inspiration. So sit up tall here. I want you to really lengthen that beautiful spine. We've worked on it today, and it's feeling soft and long. So pull the belly inward, point that tailbone at the ground, and think of lifting the back of your neck up away from the floor. Just take a few moments here communing with your spine. Drop the shoulders away from the ears, make it long back there. Okay, we're gonna do some rainbows. So I want you to think of the tip of your nose as being the paintbrush, if you will, okay? So take the tip of your nose, the paintbrush, with your neck really long feeling like this, and go ahead and look at your right shoulder. Just take a look. So just look as far as feels good. If you have a painful range of motion, I just want you to back out of it and just do what feels good. So look toward the right shoulder just enough, and then take your nose paintbrush, looking up at the ceiling to the right. Make a rainbow shape as you paint it all the way overhead, over to the left, and over to the left shoulder. Take a moment to just find the comfortable range of motion, looking at your left shoulder. And then paint the rainbow back up overhead, over to the right shoulder. So we're gonna do this with your breath here. Maybe closing your eyes. Inhale, rainbow up and over to the left. Exhale, rainbow up and over to the right. Rainbow one way. And rainbow the other way. Okay, it's just like a little neck massage here for you. So maybe just a handful more like that. Nice and slow, only using the range of motion that feels right. And keep the neck long here. Maybe two more in each direction, okay? Feels nice, feels good in the back of the neck, on the shoulders. One more. Okay, let that go. You can bring your gaze back to center. Open your eyes if you had them closed. Okay, hopefully feeling some nice warmth and circulation in the back of that neck. Okay, we'll take the legs out long here. I'm gonna swing myself back on my mat. Maybe you will too. Let's roll it all the way to the floor. Come on down. Give your legs a hug here. They worked hard today. Spend some time smooshing and rolling your low back on the floor. You may even separate your knees and draw them closer to you and really roll around on your hips. Okay, from here, we might as well do some really nice hip release, okay? So drop your feet to the floor and drop your hands to the floor, okay? We're gonna take right ankle and stack it on top of left knee. So this is really nice if we keep a really strong dorsiflex in the right ankle. That's as if your toes are trying to reach for your shin. So keep your dorsiflex and you'll find it hooks nicely on the knee. Let's take some time just moving the right knee away from you. So take some time opening up that right inner hip. The right knee moves away with the help of the right outer hip. So hopefully you feel that engaging and working a little bit of challenge perhaps. So just opening as much as feels good, go ahead and crystallize and lock in this figure 4 shape, okay? See if we could keep it very crisp. We'll take some cactus arms here, elbows out to the side, and maybe you tuck your shoulders underneath you so that your chest feels nice and big. And maybe even if you want a little extra heart opening today, softening around your neck perhaps, you want to give the upper body a gentle resistance against the floor, just enough so your chest feels big. Let's start to twist the figure 4 shape side to side. We want to drop the figure 4 to the right and bring it back to center. Keep breathing. Nice and slow, drop it to the left and bring it back to center. We'll take this a few more times side to side. So I like to think exhale to the twist and inhale to the center. Exhale. Inhale. And then of course, if you want that really complete twist, you're going to start looking away from your knees, right? Because as the hips twist in one direction, we'd like to have the nose point the other way. So we get that full twist. Really massaging that neck, massaging that whole spine. All right, next time your knees drop over to your figure 4 drops over to the right. Let it fall there, hold it for a moment. Keep the figure 4 shape though. The right thigh has contacted the floor here. So we're really just gonna change one thing. We're gonna shimmy the left foot further out to the left side of your mat until your knees drop as low as you like, okay? Some folks would like to keep the knees a bit high. Some folks would like to drop them low. Both are great. Breathe here in your twist, looking away from your knees, of course. Okay, for your most effective twist. Resist the earth slightly with your legs, of course. You knew I was going to say that. But also resist the floor slightly with your arms too, lifting your heart away and open. And of course, breathe deeply. How about just one more breath here in this lovely twist? Let's bring the figure 4 shape back through center here, nice and slow. Bring it through, recrystallize it, okay? Now, what if we drop it over to the left? We take the left thigh down to the floor, we hold it there. So we've still got the right ankle hooked on the left knee. So we've got the figure 4 shape as well. Start to move the right knee away from you still, so that the right knee wants to get away from your head, okay? And of course, we're looking away from the knees over to the right, holding and breathing in your shape. Big hip opener, friends. So the most effective hip opener has active legs, flexed ankles all the way around, and an active upper body as well. Breathing. One more breath here, yogis. Let's bring it through center as you're ready. Figure 4 back through center. Both feet down on the floor here. I think some windshield wiper knees are in order. Go ahead and shake it off. Nice work in that hip and the low back. So let's take it to the other side here. We have the knees point up, just pause in there. Flexing the left ankle now, dorsiflexion, toes reaching back for shin. Stack it on the right knee. Crystallize the figure four. Start to move the left knee away from you. Feel the inner hip opening already. And we'll start to twist it side to side. Look away from the knees. Breathe. Notice how the figure four tends to want to get a little floppy. Keep it nice and crisp. Okay, next time the knees come out to the left, let's just let them stay there and just enjoy this twist. So we still have the ankle hooked on the knee. We still have both feet flexed. We're just going to walk the right foot to the right until the knees drop as low as you like. Okay, resist the floor with your arms and legs and look to the right. Breathing here. As you're ready, bring those knees on through center. Find the figure four again. Let's drop it to the right. See how it goes over here. Okay, look to the left. Continue to move that left knee away from you. So here's your big left inner hip opening, right? Hold and breathe in your shape. Resist the floor with arms and legs. Okay, yogis, bring it back to center. Extend your legs here. Extend your arms, okay, by your side. Find your Shavasana. Flopping the palms up, flopping the feet out and open. A slight tuck in your chin here, and maybe move those shoulder blades away from your ears a little bit. Rest. Let your breath slow down. Nice and easy and effortless breath. Allow all of your muscles to relax. Your jaw, your hands and feet. Maybe a little smile rests on your lips just effortlessly. Think of something good and feel the moment as it unfolds. This is where I'll leave you for your practice today, friends. Please rest as long as you can. The longer, the better. Thanks so much, everyone.